The current COVID precautions in schools is Dr. Susanna Hills, a pediatric airway surgeon at Columbia University Medical Center. Nice to have you with us this morning, doctor.
Thank you so much for having me.
So let's walk through what parents need to do in the next week before they can send their kids back to school.
Yeah, the request is that parents test their child on Saturday evening, that's the 26th, and again on Sunday evening, the 27th, before returning back to school on the 28th. This is for kids who have not been recovering from COVID within the last 90 days. So if your child had COVID and tested positive, had symptoms, then this does not apply to them because the test may turn positive because of their previous infection. But for everybody else, if those two tests are negative and if the child is feeling well without symptoms, then they are welcome to come back to school on Monday without any issue. If the child is positive, has symptoms, then they're encouraging that child to stay at home and quarantine.
So, doctor, I'm concerned because you don't have to prove that you have a negative COVID test, right?
Right. That's correct. That's right. They're encouraging everyone to do it. This is the recommendation, the guidance. But it's mostly to help families decide what's safe and what's best. And then they're hoping that parents will do this and keep children who are positive and sick out of school so everybody else can stay healthy and well as we consider getting mask mandates lifted in the beginning of March.
And doctor, kind of a little bit on the honor system there, but you mentioned it, those mask mandates. How do you see that playing out, and what would be your threshold that you want to see in order for some of those mask mandates to go away?
You know, it would be so helpful for the CDC to put out guidance for everybody to know when it's safe to lift mask mandates. To me, it depends on really two things. What is the positivity rate of tests in your local area? And there's a huge range across the country in positivity. But we really want that number to be low, lower than 2-3%. And we're doing actually quite well with that in New York City, but there are some areas in New York City, especially in Staten Island, who have positivity rates as of last week at around 5%. That's still quite high. But for those who are approaching 1%, 2%, they're really doing quite well. The other factor is what's the vaccination status of the people around you? What is the vaccination rate in your community, in your local school district? Here in New York, for our 13 to 17 year olds, about 78% of that group are fully vaccinated. That's really quite good. The younger kids, we still have a lot of work to do. The 5 to 12-year-olds, 41% of that group across New York City are fully vaccinated. So those two factors really are what I think are most important to decide when it's safe.
And doctor, when we talk about some of these mask mandates and putting these things in place, of course, it depends on how we're all doing at this particular point. Certainly as these kids head back to school now, are we in a better position than, say, after the Christmas break or the New Year's break that we had earlier? Are things looking better at this point?
I do think so. And the reason I say that is just because the positivity of our test rates across the city is now around 2.3%. In some areas are even below 2%. So that I think we are in a position where we really can strongly consider this. I think we still need to do the work of pushing toward getting kids vaccinated, especially the younger kids. And I think we'll need to continue to do surveillance testing as we move forward to be on top of another surge that could and probably will come. This is not the end of masking. It's the end of this mask mandate if that happens in March. But there's likely to be a time in the future with another surge when we need to mask again. And in order to know that early and to be as proactive as possible, we really need to keep some levels of surveillance testing in the schools as we move forward without masks to make sure it's still safe.
Interestingly enough, Britain is treating this now as an endemic. They're saying they're getting rid of all protocols, and basically they're going to treat it like the flu. You think it's a good idea?
Well, I don't think anybody has the perfect answer to that. You know, we're learning as we go along with this virus, and we'll see. I certainly wouldn't recommend it. I mean, working in a children's hospital, I've seen, you know, as early as, or as recently rather, as 2-3 weeks ago, our hospital really have a significant number of children hospitalized, sick with this disease. Certainly on the adult side, we've had many, many adults sick, very ill in the hospital. So I don't think I would go there and lift all restrictions yet. I don't think we're at a fully endemic state yet because of the degree of illness we had with this last surge. This last surge was really crushing for our hospital system. So that's not endemic. That's still a crisis mode when we have these surges. But I think we're getting there, and we'll see how things play out in the United Kingdom. And if we learn something from them and see that they do well with this strategy, then people may start thinking differently here in the U.S.
Yeah, I think we're just hoping to not return to the new normal, but to return to normal.
Something like it. Absolutely right.
Dr. Susanna Hills, thank you so much for coming on Good Day New York. We appreciate it.